So before we start, firstly, we have to activate the XAMPP control panel on our device. So after opening the application, we have to find for the start button which is included in the right side of the screen. We have to press start for Apache and MySQL software. So after starting this software, we can now go to our preferred website and also search host control for us to start our project. So the first step is to create the database. So database is basically where we store all of our data and also all of the information we want to key in into. So firstly, we have to set a name for the database. For example, I set the name of my database as database lotus. After that, you press the button create on the top right of the screen. Once it's created, we can now start processing our information and other data. Subsequently, to assign the entities and also the particular attributes, we have to create tables. So in MySQL, we can use the create table command to create the structure and also the table. So for example here, I created a table for the entity of customer. So the customer ID, name, and phone was the particular attributes. So in this code, we define customer ID as an integer that cannot be null. Name and number are stored as text. Name is stored as text using the varchar type. For number, it's used as integer. So next, primary keys are essential in relational database. They uniquely identify each row in the table and they cannot be null or duplicated. In my project, for the entity of customer, customer ID is the primary key in the customer table, as you can see in the diagram below. So for other examples, order ID is the primary key for the order table, and also product ID will be the primary key for the product table. Each each entity has its own unique primary key. Subsequently, foreign keys establish relationship between the tables. So for example, each order belongs to a customer. This is how we declare that. So the foreign key for the order will be customer ID. As we can see in the diagram above, the customer table has number as its foreign key, and each and most of the attributes has its own foreign keys to make sure it can relate to one another tables. So the following step is once the table is created, we can now insert the sample data for each of the entities or also tables. So for example, for the customer entity, the sample data which I have chosen was the name and also the phone number of the customers. As we can see in the screen, the first name is Ali bin Ahmad with the number 011234567. The second sample data is Siti Nohaliza as the name and also the phone number of 01287654432. So each of these customers have their own customer ID, unique customer ID, which will be set as the primary key. So for the last step, after completing everything from creating the database, assigning the entities and attributes, and also assigning the foreign and primary keys for each data, and also inserting all of the sample data, the final step is to save and export the database that we have done. So for this step, we have to go to the export menu and also save our database. And don't forget to change the file type into SQL. So after doing this, we can now save our progress and share it to our respective organizers. So that is all from me. Thank you.